It's time for another historical battle in Medieval 1. This is Poitiers from the 100 Years' War from the perspective of England. It's Edward the Black Prince against King John. So this is a defensive battle where you have to wait for reinforcements, but my execution is going to be ambitious and unique because I'm going to try and win this without even having the reinforcements arrive. You see at the bottom of the screen there, you have 4 units reinforcements and they come onto the map after like 5 or 6 or 7 minutes, and there's a massive French army bearing down upon you and there's a hill right behind. So the idea obviously is that you're meant to hold the hill with your longbows. So I've sorted out all my groups, I've made all my infantry defensive, hold formation and hold position. And that's important, especially with ranged units, because if you hold position with ranged units and give attack orders while you're holding fire, you can tell them to shoot a target, and as long as that target is within range, they'll just keep firing at it. But if it goes out of your range, you will stop shooting. So it's really useful. It means that you never chase units. It's basically a do not chase command. So if you do it with infantry, like pikes, they will hold their position and they'll also hold formation if you have that set. So you can have your pikes fight cautiously and never leave their position, and likewise with bows it's useful. So there's all these useful behaviour options that you had. This is another one of these things that have just been lost. Control over your units and their behaviour. Alright, here we go. I've got 3 small units of longbows and they have so many units of cavalry. I'm trying to bait their cavalry into getting into range of my bows, which is extended because I'm on a hill. That's another thing that we've lost that's shocking, not having additional range from being on hills. What are they thinking, getting rid of that shit? It's now been gone for 17 years from Total War Games. Oh man. I've got a nice position here, and I fired a few salvos there and did a decent amount of damage. But they're now taking a flanking position on me. I'm trying to pull back with my peasants. I'm still forming up, pulling my units back to safety, and the peasants are last, and I'm now accidentally friendly firing them as they're trying to advance through my double rank of longbows. And this is another thing. See, in all these modern Total War games, having your archers run around in blocks and fire from block formations, it's not an issue, but in this game, ranged units, even bows, benefit from being stretched into lines so they can actually see what they're shooting at and not block each other. I've got my spears positioned on slopes. I've got a unit of spears there on the right in the way of all these units of cavalry. I'm trying to position my general behind the spears. So I've now got 2 units of longbows firing around a unit of spears while a unit of knights, my general in fact, is coming out from behind the spears. I'm even still giving my bows an angle on all that cavalry. So I've got a unit of spears with a unit of cavalry fighting around the side of it while my archers, my longbows fire around all of that. And here we go now, the bulk of the army is about to meet me. So I now have to commit, and they go really slowly because they're going up hills. That's another thing that we've pretty much lost. Massive speed penalties for going up hills. So I'm now sending all of my infantry. I'm trying to send my men-at-arms. I've got 2 units of men-at-arms. I'm trying to send them into spears and especially peasants. And this is the moment now that makes this fight. I've got longbows to spare without any really good targets, so I send them into a unit of peasants down a hill into peasants to break the peasants. And I also change all their behaviours, so they are now engaging at will. And then on the left I've got a unit of men-at-arms that just broke a unit of peasants. So I've got units of peasants being hunted down, sought out and hunted down, and then they break, and then that opens up a gap in the enemy line. And it causes the start of a chain route.
The enemy general is in full flight.
Having to actually earn your chain routes is really nice as well. But they have a free unit of cavalry here, so I've been really aggressive and commit to this chain route. I've not got any infantry units spare, and I've, as a consequence, been charged by that spare unit of cavalry. But I've got a chain route here. just by matching up my men-at-arms against their spears, my spears against their cavalry, doing holding actions with my spears, and I've pretty much chain routed the whole army. There's only a few units left, and I've taken almost no casualties. All of my infantry units are over 2/3, and I've only lost a unit or two of longbows to do all that, pretty much. So this isn't as clean as it could possibly be, but that was really fast. That was under 5 minutes. The reinforcements didn't even come, and the reinforcements are really substantial. It's like 3 units of 100 men knights and some men-at-arms. So the majority of my offensive capability isn't even on the field. I defeated that entire army with just the starting units and did it with relatively low casualties. Really, really clean. Less than 200 losses, killed 600, mostly cavalry I think. And all of my longbow kills were knights. I had a unit of longbows there with 100 kills, that was on the peasants. So that was it, really clean. 3 valor gained on my general as well. Really clean. Under 5 minutes, wow. That's like a speedrun, holy shit. That was sweet. Yep, and that's it, Battle of Poitiers. Or as the Americans would say, Poitiers! The Battle of Poitiers! And that's it. If you're a fan of my work and want to show support, then I have a Patreon page. I do my best to reward perks, including monthly updates on what I've got planned. Thanks to all my patrons, with special thanks to Matteo Olivetti.